Hello, everyone. Today is Friday, June 16th, 2023 at 1:02 a.m. in the morning. I was debating on whether or not to do a video just now. I would have done a video, started on a video 2 hours ago, usually, about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. But, so my anxiety is really high at the moment. And I am kind of sleepy. So but it's like I don't even know, so I was very productive, I'm gonna say yesterday afternoon, which means several hours ago. Um so I was very productive, but I just made like a brief summary of a small little ebook of my foster care abuse experiences. It didn't turn out the way that I originally planned or the way I originally wanted it to, because everything was put on hold due to my sickness, that I've been suffering lately. So me being distracted by being so sick, it pretty much took off the focus on what I really, really wanted to write or how I really wanted to do the ebook. But I just made it like kind of short and sweet. And also, I put quite a bit of links to leave people to do their own research for themselves, about how the foster care system operates and everything like that. So, so yesterday, I woke up at shortly after noon, and then I ate. I ate what I had the day before. Let's see, Wednesday evening, and I'm like, I shouldn't be eating like that, But I had just relapsed, and then just like started like splurging and binging, something I haven't really done much in a long time. And it's like you call yourself craving whatever junk food or whatever, and and it's like as if I felt like as if I was having like withdrawals, you know. And then once I ate the junk food, then my body and my mind felt like shit, you know. But I had been kind of trying to do like really good with trying to avoid processed and junk food and everything like that, because the junk food, the GMO processed bad foods and stuff, I can't believe that I was craving it and feeling like as if I was having withdrawals like a drug or something. And then when I finally ate it, I didn't it didn't feel fulfilling, you know. So but I mean, I didn't. I mean, it's like I feel like I ate a lot the past couple of days. Ate a lot of the junk food. Eating like a peanut butter sandwich and then chips and cookies, and that would be considered like dinner or lunch or something. So I guess today being Friday, I guess I'll end up just eating the rest of it just to get rid of it. And but as I said, junk food ain't even cheap no more. $5 for a bag of chips? Damn. So I'm just using that for an example. So but for dinner, you know, me being depressed because I know what's coming with the perps and their harassment about my ebooks and everything, and me feeling anxiety. For dinner, I had leftover that whatever Indian simmer sauce, coconut simmer sauce, and leftover red snapper fish, and leftover rice and leftover vegetables. That, and then my ass had nerve to have. Well, I had two oranges, before the oranges go bad, and I think I got three oranges left and one lemon. So I freaking had just more chips and more I had more chips and more cookies in addition to the dinner. Now, like, I'm doing bad, but earlier in the day, like after I woke up or whatever, I felt like very mild vertigo and very mild nausea. But but it's like the yeah, as I said, how I know is that the perps are hitting me with weapons, or um you know causing quote unquote I mean, I think that they were hitting me with directed energy weapons on purpose, causing me the vertigo on purpose so that I couldn't focus or I couldn't accomplish, you know, putting out more ebooks. Excuse me. So I felt better enough to you know, get the ebook out and work on it and get it out. And I even wrote a short story, several hours ago, and that didn't. I kind of felt like that didn't turn out all that great either, but it wasn't the worst, or But I kind of felt like a little, felt like it was a little bit disturbing, But anything death related, be disturbing. But you know, the idea of exposing cults and mind control and all that in a fiction, in a fictionalized, short story, you know, um, so the fake Darnell Williams perp harassed me all evening long, trying to ruin my day on purpose, and just spewing out a whole bunch of nonsense. It's like he sounds crazy and nonsensical when he wants to, and he pretends to sound fake smart and fake logical when he wants to, but everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. You're working for Satan and you delusionally believe you are Satan. And I'm just and he was publicizing my old addresses that I used to live at before I became homeless, like addresses from 10 years ago. So it's like he's the type of person who won't go away and leave you alone if you ignore him. He's the type of person that if you ignore him, he would find other tactics or find something more hurtful. And I'm tired of even just discussing or talking about him. And what really ruined my day, I had some noise harassment. But what really ruined my day was two people got hateful that was supposed to be mutual followers. Two people got hateful and blocked me on TikTok for who knows what reason. And they were supposed to be like mutual followers, aka so-called friends. But I couldn't figure out who those two people were. Once earlier in the morning, while I was asleep, and then another later on this evening or tonight. And I don't even know if it was a fake TI perp or a regular perp or somebody who's ignorant and doesn't know about gang stalking, or if they felt annoyed or bothered by me. The train feels like harassing right now. See, the train wants to make noise harassment when I'm trying to do a video right now, or if I'm trying to sleep. That's when they'll show off, act stupid. But I don't know if they block me on, because it's like I feel like if I'm not bothering you or harassing you directly, then you don't have a reason to block me. So I don't know who it was that blocked me on TikTok, and I hardly talk to much. I hardly talk to many people on TikTok. I'm not even that social. You know, I barely talk to people on Twitter. Not that much, really. So I mean, it's like I don't know, even though what the gang stalkers do is wrong and they work for the devil and they're traffickers, they're criminals, but I still have a difficult time trying to just, not let what they say bother me. And I don't even want to, I'm not even the type, I can't even pretend like something bothers me when it does. It's like I feel like maybe it's part of the OCD that I have to express what is bothering me. But so I get falsely accused of being a lying scammer for putting out an ebook. And so I already put like just barely a start on the other ebook, the nonfiction ebook about natural health. I'm sorry. That's my sleep deprivation talking. I meant to say my experiences with the mental health system. So I put a start on that on the mental health ebook. And I'm not sure if that will be a long ebook or a short one. But I didn't even go into a whole bunch of detail with the foster care ebook. I just gave like a few examples of the abuse, and in a brief summary, but I didn't do like a whole lengthy autobiography and stuff like that. So I also put it on the blog for free. If you want to read it for free, you can you can look at the blog post for free, but if you wanted to support me trying to make a living from writing, in which the online perps falsely call that scam, because they're angry they're angry about not being able to control me. So it's like they're a whole bunch of devils. And so they feel like anything I do or say without selling my soul to the devil, they're delusional enough to make it like as if everything I do or say is just scam and fraud, because they're mad because I'm not satanic like them. So, they strategically waited for me to, they were very pissed off at the cookbook that I wrote, and then the perps writing false bad reviews and all that, and then try to talk about, she wrote recipes on how to nuke food in the microwave and stuff. Well, that was just like survival recipes because I was homeless on the streets, and more like, temporarily staying in hotels, and that was all I had. Was a refrigerator and microwave. But if it weren't for the crock pot and toaster oven, that would be all I have here. So after they got mad at me for writing the short stories, I'm sorry, they got mad at me for writing the small little cookbook ebook, and I didn't even charge $9.99 for it. I have the option if you want to read it for free. And if you wanted to purchase it, it's $2.99. I don't be trying to ask for too much, even though I'm struggling and I'm struggling financially and stuff like that. But I've just been taking things one day at a time, and the online strangers who are gang stalkers, I don't owe y'all anything. I don't owe y'all an explanation for anything. I don't have to answer to y'all. So, when I was living in Los Angeles, I didn't have a microwave at all. I deliberately and on purpose didn't have a microwave at all. But when I was living in Denton, Texas, I didn't know any better. That was like when I moved to Denton or had my own place. I didn't start waking up to the truth or find out the truth, and until before I left, after a few years. So but when I was living in Los Angeles, I had no microwave in that house and was still being tortured and attacked with directed energy weapons, and I had no microwave in the place and was still suffering like bad vertigo and all that. So as an adult, the earliest I remember suffering vertigo was 2008, and I went to the emergency room, and they treated me more like a criminal than a emergency room patient, like they always do. Well, almost always do. and then but before 2008, I don't remember experiencing vertigo, but I think I did sometimes in foster care. But as an adult before 2008, I don't remember um feeling vertigo. Maybe I did, but just don't remember. But but I heard about how bad microwaves are, and it seems like despite having the toaster oven and crock pot, you know, the microwave is not my property. It's the property of this cabin. The people who run this place. The microwave is in the mini refrigerator, and this heater is their property. But I noticed that living here. I mean, like when I was living in Los Angeles, I used to reheat food in a regular oven or back on the stove. But the toaster oven, is too small, like for certain foods or certain items, and because I got a toaster oven that I can afford with, the gift, and I'm just one person, I'm just me, but it's a difference between that and the big oven, you know, the big regular oven and stove and all that. So I'm, have been trying to adjust to the toaster oven, or trying to make sure. I mean, because certain items that I mean, like they had like when I was brand new here and I got that food from that church, like just like a piece of ciabatta bread was too big for the toaster oven. And I call myself trying to make some like homemade pizza or something with the ciabatta bread in it. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it just um it was too big to fit in there. So but it's like I use the toaster oven to bake certain items, whether it be like, you know, so far I've made brownies, the banana nut brownies, and I made the sweet pea pie, or sometimes I might bake meat, meat or desserts in there. But if I try to make soup or something, or vegetables or beans and rice, or even in just plain old chicken, a lot of times in a crock pot, and then it seems like as if I used the leftovers in the microwave. But when I was living in Los Angeles, I was able to survive without the microwave. But I heard that, like I researched before, that your cell phone and the radiation, from the microwave, I understand that they said it nukes the food and kills all the nutrients and stuff like that. And excuse me. But like when I was living in the motels, struggling with the homelessness, um, I figured something gotta be wrong, or this ain't gonna be like sustainable for my health. Cause like microwaving food 3 times a day, something gotta change. But in my ebook, I made like a couple. It wasn't even a lot. It was like a few recipes of microwave, with survival being poor, and the perps had something to say about that too. They try to make it like, oh, this is not recipe worthy, or it's not worth. Stop trying to control me and tell me what to do. If you don't like it, then just don't read or don't say anything. But I know their agenda, because there's stalkers who are trying to control and think that they can try to control and change me. So and so even the fake Darnell Williams perp, all of them, they reverse it on me and lie and saying that I'm the one who's obsessed with stalking them, because they're abusive They're not narcissistic abusers. They are straight up psychopaths. They're not even sociopaths. They are psychopaths. They are psychopaths. So they falsely accuse me of thinking about them and being obsessed with them. And then they be like, well, oh yeah, if you ain't obsessed with me, then why are you talking about me? Well, I'm talking about what you did. So so you know so I mean, now it seems like as if I've been dependent on using the microwave to using the microwave to I've been dependent on using the microwave to warm up leftovers. And yeah, I forgot about that. They say it nukes your food and takes away all the nutrients. I mean, but it's the only way I can reheat up food, or more. It's quicker and way more convenient and stuff. But what this cabin is has the price of a more like a it has the price of a monthly apartment but no lease. But it has the price of a monthly apartment but no lease, but it's treated like like an extended stay. So it was a battle for me to try to even get this established as a so-called permanent address. So the fact that I'm off the streets, but if I was almost too homeless for a driver's license, and if I'm considered too homeless to rent a car, but I'm not homeless enough for homeless services. But thankfully, I'm off the streets. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know if those people were that blocked me on TikTok, if they were annoyed at me posting up the fake Darnell Williams harassment. But the reason why I do that is because he had been wanting to traffic me. I'm single, by myself, no family support, really no close friends, can't trust nobody. And if anything happens to me, I'm documenting everything. Y'all saying ignore because it ain't y'all battle to fight. So they act like they think they have a license to meddle in my business. I don't even know y'all. And they force themselves into my person, forcefully intrude themselves, into my personal life and trying to control everything I do, and it's just senseless. But all my internet life, I had to deal with rude people. But for people to stalk everywhere on social media that I have and trying to control me, you know, and trying to control my real life, yeah. So I took a shower and thankfully they didn't squeeze my organs. I didn't feel pain, but I felt just slight discomfort, but I didn't really feel pain. So I was able to get a thorough shower. I have a like several hours ago I ended up with a boil under my right armpit, and it seems like it's stubborn right now. So that soap that was the ivory soap, I was looking for some the other day and I finally found them. I know I smell them, but and so I finally found them. So you know, but it's like, well, I didn't up. I mean, because I forgot about doing it, and I haven't up. I mean, I haven't uploaded or published any ebooks on Amazon in a long time until last month. So, and then the fake Darnell Williams perp falsely accused me of lying and scamming about being homeless. Motherfucker, didn't last week you were harassing me on TikTok and trying to make it like as if I'm you try to talk like as if I'm homeless right now on the streets. So no, I haven't had the opportunity to update. And since you said that, I'm gonna just leave everything as is. I haven't even and he tried to forcefully order me to change it. I don't have to change nothing. So they try to make it like as if they forced themselves to give me unwanted contact. Several of the gang stalkers, like as if they have to access and talk to me. Like, go away. You're not my handler. You don't run me. So no, I mean, I was 37 years old and I was homeless on the streets when I put up that the bio on the Amazon author page. But yeah, since you said what you said, I ain't changing nothing. And he tried to falsely make it like as if I'm being deceptive and scamming or whatever, or that I'm lying. But you're the deceiver because you're the one, you're the one who do nothing but lie. But that wasn't, he tried to falsely make it like as if I was maliciously out to deceive. I mean, I didn't even think to, oh, let me update my Amazon author profile or let me update my bio or whatever. I'm sitting here, still getting over, and battling, being sick. I have been sick lately. So, and it's sadistic and cruel and heartless that you want to harass somebody and psychologically and mentally torture somebody while they're sick. So it's not sugar or anything else. It's the freaking directed energy weapons that they've been hitting me with that's been causing my vertigo and all that. Or causing the sleep deprivation and stuff like that. So even if I didn't have this phone, Oh yeah, when I was living in Greenville, South Carolina, and also Los Angeles, I went periods off and on with no phone. Even when I didn't have a phone, gang stalkers would still follow me everywhere, and I didn't know what was going on. They would follow me everywhere, or they would or I would still feel the vibe. I would have no phone in my house, and even in Greenville, South Carolina, no microwave in my house, and I would still, feel the vibrating really bad, or the vertigo and all that, you know. And I was even bettering and improving my diet, lost a lot of weight, and was still, feeling that vertigo because them, you know, hit me with the directed energy weapons. I was eating natural and organic and still, because it's like randomized moments that they would do it. Like earlier tonight or couple hours ago, not few, I meant to say a couple of hours ago, they were vibrating me. So so yeah. So me writing the ebook according to the perps, they feel like it's lying and scamming, and then they want to say go get a real job, and then they sabotage whatever job I try to get. And when I do get a job, they be like, yeah, I'm gonna call the place of business and show them your videos and make your employer fire you. So a lady from Social Security had called me. I'm gonna say yesterday, you know, and she made it like as if she only was just trying to get, I mean, con try to make sure that my address was updated. I mean, I had to because of this living arrangement. We had other people said that they've been staying here like 8 months or whatever. So it's like even though this is month to month, I had to try to establish this like a permanent residence. But it was my first month here, and the fake Darnell Williams perp was harassing me and making threats to have me back homeless again, and harassing me about my soul and everything. So as I said, I'm keeping my fundraiser up, even though I'm not homeless on the street at the moment. You know, because the fact that they keep threatening me to make me back homeless on the streets, I'm not getting rid of my fundraiser. And I also, trying to spread awareness about the targeting. And another reason why I have the fundraiser up is because I'm still in financial need. And so he tried to condemn me about spending up all my money. It ain't your business. You're not even my husband or boyfriend, you know? And he tried to harass me and make me feel ashamed about, oh, you just got paid 2 weeks ago, and then you gonna be paid. I mean, you just got paid 2 weeks ago, and you're broke already, and you're gonna be broke for another 2 weeks and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, of course, the majority, it's like more than, it's like, so if the idea of getting $910, all right, $455. I don't know the exact percentage, but more, as I said, more than more. It's like a nice bit more than half of my income is the rent here. Even if the 934, if it was, even if the SSI was included, if I would have got the SSI check, you know, um, is the rent to stay here is more than half of my income. But a lot of regular apartments and housing and stuff, They don't allow that because they want 3.5 times their rent, and that's what's keeping people homeless. But here, it's like a no strings attached living, and you can come in, you can move out whenever you want, and no deposit. No, you have like a $35 application fee, but a deposit, you didn't have to pay double the rent, like rent, you didn't have to pay first and last month's rent and all that. So it seemed like a nice bit of people who stay in these cabins are either elderly or disabled, and a lot of people are from out of state. A lot of people are not even from here. They would be like from Michigan or Georgia or somewhere. But and then some of the people who stay here, if they are young, their asses be druggies. But it was a black female that was a fake nice perp when I was quite new here. She was a fake nice perp though, but she was perping with the red car and everything. But it's like I'm sitting here like thinking in my head, "Big, shut up! If you a perp, don't even cry about struggling." But I've had even when I even when I was working at temp job in Gulf Breeze, part of Pensacola, they had a perp named Mary that was complaining about financially struggling, and also the at the Avis job, it was a white man. I don't remember what his name was, but he was an abusive narcissist. He was kind of borderline elderly, but he was an abusive narcissistic perp, bossy coworker perp. And it's like, wait a minute, you have a whole different job position. You shouldn't have any reason to be trying to tell me what to do. So but he tried to cry and complain about financially struggling. Like, motherfucker, if you a perp, I don't even want to hear it. Now I'm gonna start. I mean, I didn't tell him that to his face, but I'm thinking that in my head. But yeah, I'm gonna start how y'all narcissistic abusers be talking to me. So, but it's okay for the perps to complain. But it's okay for the perps to complain, but I'm not allowed to say anything. It's like, I'm wondering, how are you a perp and if you're a perp and then you drive around in a raggedy broke down red van with one headlight or a raggedy red truck, and you do all those tactics, like the obvious perp tactics. And I'm like, wait a minute, what about y'all fake gift cards that you get, or your free Section 8 or whatever that you get, and you want to cry about financially struggling? So, in the fake Darnell Williams perp, he lied the other day and said that, falsely accused me of begging for donation money to go to the beach. And then he tried to say, well, Candy wants to take a vacation from nothing. Or Candy wants to take a vacation from doing nothing. Or, oh, you've been on a vacation your whole life or something. You don't even know my whole life. Or he'd be like, stop lying about your foster care experiences. And as I said, all just senseless, unprovoked harassment for nothing. You would think that something's mentally wrong with him, or he's fucking retarded. But he's fucking younger than me, and I know it, because You ain't gonna be 40 and 50 something years old and that damn immature. But sadly, they have people in their 60s and 70s who's petty and childish. Can y'all hear me? Cause that must be a gang stalker operating that train. It's like the more I talk, the louder they try to get. So I can't believe how childish and petty that 60 and 70 year olds even 60 and 70 year olds even get, you know. Elderly people. You're 75 years old perping and trolling and harassing somebody, like, come on. And y'all the first to say that I'm childish, immature, and need to grow up. But y'all using projection. So, living here, I don't have guaranteed transportation. The free transportation is not guaranteed. And this is like the rural hood, you know, and then this area, this neighborhood, they don't have a lot of black people around here, and then but at the same time it's weird because I feel like this is an unsafe neighborhood or an unsafe area. It doesn't seem like it's a safe area. But they hardly really have any black people here, and and then they have so many people blasting loud music passing by, you know. But they they have black gang stalkers here too, that pass through here, or like the guy from the other day when I went to the fake Dollar General. So, oh yeah, they had the cashier. When she didn't even hand me my receipt in my hand. What she did was she deliberately placed my receipt on a dirty counter, and and then spread it out like as if I'm too dumb to know how to read. And then they had this dirty homeless looking white guy that came in there right after, like, he came in and quickly grabbed something and was trying to rush it to get in line to get close behind me on purpose to make me feel uncomfortable. And it's like I felt like I couldn't even get out of there fast enough. This was the day before yesterday. It was Wednesday. So but it's like, yeah, I know that. I mean, but it's like narcissistic. Whoa, they are they are pausing, stopping. I mean, not stopping, but they glitching my camera. So narcissistic abusers said like they're frustrated with me, like for me to just don't let them get to you. But they say it in a way like they're disgusted. I don't see why you let that bother you. Well, you talking to me abusive like that shows you don't care about me and you're not a real friend. Like you're disgusted with me. But I don't know how to not be emotionally sensitive. But everything about me is just very sensitive. And that's due to my upbringing and the abuse and everything. And they got a lot of people on TikTok that would talk about, like, they could be 56 years old and talk about abuse that happened when they were a child, you know. And sometimes their TikTok channel or whatever would center around, you know, that, that would be their niche or whatever. But, the perps find everything bad to make about me. You know, if I'm doing something good or doing something productive, the perps have already made their minds up to feel like Candy is irredeemable. That Candy is irredeemable. So and it's like I'm sitting here trying with all my might to fight back. To fight back. You know, and not let them feel like they got power over me. But it's been 3.5 years, or actually 4 years, because I started on my first Psych World channel was officially 4 years ago. I think I started April 1st. Just documenting, my targeting and talking to him very much in detail about the fake foster mom and the narcissistic abuse and everything. And, you know, back in 2007 or 2011, I tried to do a few YouTube videos here and there. And I didn't even know that people could make money off of YouTube but it's like I dealt with such harsh, abusive, rude comments. That was unbearable, and I didn't realize that they were abusive, narcissistic gang stalkers. But in 2019, on the first Psych World channel, um, that first Psych World channel, I that channel I had, excuse me, and that channel is gone. But that channel, it was a day or two, or maybe within a week of me uploading videos, and I was homeless on the streets in my hometown, New Orleans, and I was uploading videos of I was uploading videos about you know talking about the foster mom and the foster care abuse, and I was talking about excuse me, and I was talking about narcissistic abuse, and I started talking about the gang stalking. And I try to reach out to the people in the so-called TI community, and they were the popular fakes, and I didn't know it. I mistakenly thought that everybody that claimed to be a targeted individual was a real TI, but I didn't realize that the popular fakes outnumber the real ones, and that there are hardly any real ones left because the majority of them are paid fake agents. Dang, they're making my eye itch. I mean, below my eye, they're making it itch. So, and I have been battling depression lately because of, depression and fear and lots of anxiety, and as I said, the vertigo and the nausea and vertigo experiences that I went through, it was been very traumatizing for me. It's been very extremely traumatizing. So I realized I gotta try to not go outdoors after dark time. That way I don't have to worry about so many yep, I don't have to worry about so many insects getting in my house. But I have to keep the doggone house at 62, the cabin at 62 degrees in order to keep. That's the only way. Well, one of the main ways to keep the gnats and stuff away, to keep them away, um without me having to spray with rubbing alcohol or peppermint oil. So I've been seeing like a big reduction, but the moment I turned the air conditioner on 72, then I start, more like in the evening, at nighttime, I start to see the gnats and everything. But I need to turn it back on 72 so it can be, the temperature can be comfortable enough for me to sleep. But it gets warmer during the day outside. Like, they've been having heat advisory lately. So I wasn't sure how the heat would affect this cabin. Because I'm like, well, if the heat would be bad enough, would I have to go out and buy a fan in addition? But no, I don't need to buy a fan because I be cold in here when the air is on at 62. But so the air conditioner is good enough, but they've been having like a heat advisory lately. So I need to see about getting a um different shower curtain, because they have like mildew on the shower curtain. So I need to get it replaced. But I have to wait till next month to do that. But it's like I was trying to say yesterday that they had this black woman who had a daughter that was supposedly homeless, and she tried to make it like as if her daughter was a so-called mentally ill scammer, and the daughter supposedly, I don't know, lost her kids or something like that. But it's like, why the hell you so? I mean, you sitting here just trying to destroy and badmouth your daughter, or and it's like, I mean, you just making video after video after video. It's like, are you gang stalking your daughter? The daughter may not even realize that she's targeted. The daughter might be targeted and not realize it. But you telling everybody, don't help your daughter, don't give your daughter money, or she's a druggie and scammer, and you know, and then when a person is homeless, it's like abusive, rich, fake, narcissistic abusers make it like as if they never believe what the homeless person says. But that yet they want to stalk and try to control you, and they be jealous and don't want you with anything at all. So me living here, see, the perps lied. I never asked for money or asked for donations for a vacation to go to the beach. I never said that, but they lie and say I did say that. And so people who claim to be targeted individuals listen to their lies and then block me on social media and then avoid me. And I'm like, you don't realize that this is a perp saying this? But they go along with it and repeat the lies, repeat the slander. But then, if I see, but it's like the paid fake TIs, they get more undeserved honor and recognition than us real ones suffering. And then they be fake, and then they be like, yeah, because us real ones, us real TIs. Shut up, and you one of the popular fakes. So it's like, I know where I stand. And then some of the fake narcissistic control freak fake friends during the so-called, love bombing stage, they would tell me, oh, the reason why people hate you, Candy, because you're too real. And then next you know, when they get mad at me, they want to lie and say Candy's, lying on me, slandering my name, or she's a liar and manipulator. No, it's y'all. Because you sit there, I see that you defending and agreeing with the perps, and they be like, well, anybody who disagrees with Candy is a perp. You're not only disagreeing, it's not just disagreeing with me, but you're defending and agreeing with the perps. So and then one of the main things they love to attack is me and anything associated with money and food. And that's very cruel to do that to somebody when they're homeless on the streets. And even fake TI perps do like the regular perps by trying to make it like, oh yeah, I'm gonna call up such and such a place of business. Or they even act like they want to copy off the regular perps by trying to calculate how much donations they think I'm getting. Or trying to copy off the regular perps with calorie counting. And they want to call me the same names that the regular perps do. And then they want to, if you want to say I'm schizo and crazy or whatever, but then you trying to make like you begging and pleading and crying out for help, and you have a car in the house and hypocritically beg for donations. You an able-bodied male. So if you feel like Candy is not disabled, Candy can work. Well, but you a hypocrite though, because you got up Cash Apps and GoFundMe and all that, and you have a car. It ain't right, And then certain times that so-called males in the so-called TI community, they would, like a fake TI per male would bully and harass and perp a female in the TI community because she would reject or refuse his sexual advances or whatever. So they got too many terrors and too many wolves in sheep's clothing in the so-called TI community. And it's like, as I said, y'all promote that fake New Age 777. You promote any other occultic symbolism and all that, and then you falsely glorify yourself as God's chosen elect, while you're trying to mix New Age and occultism and witchcraft and trying to blend it with Christianity, and then start talking bizarre stuff that's not biblical that y'all falsely, or y'all try to interpret the Bible in a strange occultic way. Shucks, if you might try to lie and say that, if you might try to lie, if you claim you're God's chosen elect, and then you might say, well, Jesus Christ was a male prostitute. How you get praised for lying and saying something like that? But then you claim you're saved. and God's chosen ones. I don't know. I just don't get it. But it's now 2:07 a.m. Um, I'm glad I was able to vent. So but yeah, I'm hoping I can be able to get to fall asleep, because there was a point in time, I think it was last week or earlier this week, that I was able to get to fall asleep or go to bed before 11 o'clock or by 11 o'clock or before midnight at night, And then for the past 3 or 4 nights, I've been, not being able to fall asleep until almost 6 o'clock in the morning. I hate that. And then wake up at 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So, but at the same time, I'm glad to be off the streets and glad that I don't even try to sleep in all day because I can't, but um, but I'm glad I don't have to worry about being forced to be sleep deprived like the whole day or whatever. If I'm tired, I can come here. I don't have to worry about forcing myself to stay up and stay awake because I'm in public, or risk being banned from that place forever and stuff like that. But it's unfair that the perps won't allow me to make a living or a money making opportunity. And at the same time, I don't have transportation to a job. And then, as I said, with them hitting me with direct energy weapons, um, they would dismiss me and feel like I've abandoned the job if I had to just keep missing work because because of the microwave sickness, with the direct energy weapons. But as I said, they strategically waited for me to you know trying to make some progress, and they really set me back. So for me to try to make some progress and work on for me to make progress and work on more writing projects, and I came off the streets recently. And if I make cooking fails, the perps, they got something bad to say about that. um and then they make it like as if you can't even cook rice. Well, I've been cooking rice for years, but it was the first time trying in a crock pot in years. And so I need to work on not putting so much water in the crock pot when I you know when I cook in the crock pot. I end up putting way too much water. But I made that mistake the first time, to accidentally put way too much beans and rice and put it together, and it all expanded and everything. And it just didn't turn out the way that I envisioned it or the way I wanted it. But I will try again another time. So I guess today I'll have some more leftover um mixed vegetables and rice with the coconut simmer sauce, and the also the let's see, mixed vegetables, rice, coconut simmer sauce, and the fish. And I'll have more oranges, and I'm almost out of oranges. And once I'm out of oranges and lemons, I'll be just about out of fruit, fresh fruit. And then so I have, like, after after this, after the fish, then I have, well, it came with like 4 turkey cutlets. So then I have like turkey cutlets in that pasta sauce, and and the angel hair pasta, and then um and then I have one more bag. I have another bag of vegetables, mixed vegetables. So and I have like a bag of lima beans and a bag of black eyed peas, but I might have to wait till next month to utilize the lima beans and black eyed peas, because then I won't have like any good meat. But I'm not sure if any of the dollar stores might have sausage. But I don't have any like seasonings. And when I say seasonings, I mean like onions, bell peppers, the southern way of, not necessarily New Orleans way, but the southern way of having some good beans. But I might have to just eat beans and rice with Tony seasoning, or I have to go and get some more rice or something like that. I don't know, but as I say, I'm just living day to day and just surviving day to day, and trying to not ask for too much, and I'm trying to earn a living by writing, you know, and and it's like God is the ultimate judge, you know. But it's like anything I do to try to better myself, the perps falsely call it scam. Oh, and they sit back very angry and jealous, fake angry and fake jealous, but here's another scam opportunity. Yeah, as I said, and one time I don't remember who it was, if it was a fake TI perp or a regular perp, try to call me ratchet one time, and it's like nobody has ever called me ratchet before, ever. Nobody would ever really describe me as ratchet. I never acted really, ratchet or hood. But people been calling me, easy pushover all my life pretty much, and told me I need to learn how to stand up for myself. So then I start to fight back, and what people want to say, take your power back, and now all of a sudden I'm ratchet and hood and ghetto and this and that, whatever, you know, in which I had never been known to be, and I don't have to take abuse from anyone, and I don't have to accept being controlled, ordered around like a puppet on a string, and told what to do either. People who are not God trying to control my life and trying to, making like I don't have a right to make my own decisions. And they want to try to instill fear. So, yeah, I mean, I just, and I had been saying that, I wish there was a way that I can, I need a way to make another form of earned income. So the perps, they make false bad reviews on my ebooks and stuff like that. And the fake Darnell Williams perp, he said, "Oh yeah, whatever, whatever, pay whatever royalties you get from that ebook. Oh yeah, you won't even be able to buy a soda with those royalties. You won't even be able to buy a soda." Yeah, because y'all freaking lie and smear campaign and make sure that I'm getting no support. And so for me to have over 1,000 TikTok followers, and I'd be lucky if I get 21 views on any of my videos. And it's like, even other people who say that they're targeted, their videos getting pushed out. And I'm like, and as I said, if the perps, falsely reporting everything, I heard that, if you falsely accused of violating, and as I said, I can't even, the fake Darnell Williams perp, when he makes fake accounts or whatever, or anybody, it's like I can't even report them anymore, because they will always lie and say that, like the fake moderators always lie and say that their harassment is not violating. But the moment you fight back or stand up for yourself, oh, you're the one who's with the harmful behavior or hateful behavior or abusive and bullying behavior for taking matters into your own hands and fighting back. So I can't even, not allowed to do TikTok or YouTube live streams at all. And the popular fakes, they make it like as if live stream is supposed to justify their fake popularity, or like they think it makes them more fake authority or something. If I do a 20-minute video and you do all this long ass videos and can't even stay on topic, but here you can do 5-hour long live streams making up lies on me and discussing and gossiping, 7-hour long live streams, being my own twin sister and getting with strangers and huddled together with strangers who damn well are perps, and huddle together and gossip and make up lies and stuff about me and then laugh about it. People who don't give a damn about either one of us. But it's like, yeah, I had been fighting back, as best as I could. And I don't know how to shake being sensitive. I guess that's a part of me, that narcs want to force to change about me. That they think I can just snap and just stop being sensitive. But they want me to lack empathy like they do. But it's funny that they lie on me and say that I lack empathy and that I have a dark soul and all that. Oh, shut up. Because at first you were talking about how you thought I had a beautiful soul and a pure soul and that you could see a whole bunch of radiating light. And now all of a sudden I have a black heart and a dark soul and reptilian eyes and shit. Shut your fake retarded ass up and sit down somewhere. So with no vehicle, with no car, and no laptop, I don't have a way to make and earn income, or other than just writing. But as I said, the perps, they get me canceled and muted. And they make it like as if me trying to write and publish ebooks or short stories and stuff or for me to even just put stuff on my blog, they try to make it like it's wrong. And they try to criminalize my every move, my every breath. They just want to make some crime out of everything I do or say. And they got some former foster children who are talking about their past foster care abuse. So why can't I do it? If other people can write and publish an ebook on their foster care abuse, why am I not allowed to do it? How come other authors aren't called scam? So I don't even know. It's like me wasting my breath on, being upset at satanic people though. But I guess it's justified. I'm not God at all. I'm just a lady. I'm a human. But I mean, but I forgot which Bible scripture that says that God is angry with the wicked every day. But it's like to be this hardcore suppressed, that they think other sinful, not just sinful, but wicked, evil humans think I deserve to be punished with extremely limited income, with no income, or you try to use the Bible and falsely call me covetous. Excuse me, falsely call me covetous and full of greed. When it's a doggone struggle. As I said, I don't have food stamps. I mean, it's like, how are they processing the food stamps all this long? It's still just nothing. And so I had to use my own, I paid out of $910, I paid $540 a month to stay here, every month. No, earlier I paid $516, but the other 24 I had already paid when I got here, and they made me pay that extra 24 last month in May, and then they trying to make me pay $24 again, and I told them I already gave it to them. So so then I had to pay almost $117 for the storage unit in Pensacola, and I also had to pay $50 for the I had to pay $50 for my phone, and then I had to pay. I bought at least $100 worth of groceries. $150 worth of groceries. And then some of the rest of the leftover money would be like for laundry or toilet paper, more bladder pads, more batteries, or this, that, whatever I need, So it's like just having like finances just really tight, and I developed the courage to apply for a couple of more jobs that I saw openings from. And last week I applied 2 more jobs because they don't really have that many opportunities out here. This is a very small area. So I applied for 2 more jobs and heard nothing back. So I did everything. I did that on my end, So as I said, the lady called up from Social Security and made it like as if she only wanted to know my address, my updated my current address or whatever. And so well, I was trying to explain certain things to her. It seemed like she kind of, tried to rush me off the phone, you know. So but she said that they were gonna do another review or something like that. But it's like I'm not even a bad person, you know. They had a couple of gnats or flies or whatever. But I don't know if that thing in the ceiling is it. I don't know if it's dead or alive. But but it seemed like the perps always, like, they're the ones who's paranoid. They're paranoid about stuff that's not their business. You're paranoid about stuff that ain't your business. How the hell is that? If you're paranoid about something that's not your business, and then like they in person or online, they paranoid about something that's not their business, and then if they falsely make it like as if I just lie about everything, that I'm a thief, I cheat with everything, I scam with everything, that I'm fraudulent, or that I'm manipulative. And they're the ones manipulating y'all, the whole freaking traffickers, criminals. I mean, if y'all reprobate-minded, psychopathic criminals, who are you to try to condemn somebody or judge somebody? So, I don't even know if I might have accidentally got a little bit of the rubbing alcohol in my mouth. I'll be all right though. It was just a tiny bit, a little bit, but yeah, that thing in the ceiling, whatever it is alive. I see it moved a little bit. I couldn't kill it, but yep, it's definitely alive. So I mean, I have enough to cover, the rent here, but it's like I'm still, feeling like I have like a frustrating lack of transportation and financial hardship. And the fake TI perps even think I deserve to be punished with just you know, limited finances. Whoa. Couldn't get it. But but I don't know. I just hate everything just being injustice in the so-called TI community. And why should I be? If I'm excluded from the so-called TI community, I guess I should be banned from participating in any class action lawsuits, right? So I guess I'd be wasting my time if I filled out paperwork and wrote letters to the UN and Congress or wherever else, or writing letters to the FBI. If they're a bunch of psychopaths, they won't freaking listen. I mean, And the FBI, I'm pretty sure they know who's on the doggone list. So why we gotta write to them like as if they don't know what's going on with us? But I'm just, you know, trying as best as I could to just trust in God. I know I'm far from perfect or holy enough, but I'm just trying to trust in God. So, I'm gonna stop rambling, and thanks for listening to me. I'll see y'all in a while.